What is going on, guys? Rosa here, and I am back. I do apologize for the unwanted hiatus. I honestly had no control over that. Things were just kind of busy, and I just couldn't squeeze in the time for a video. So, I finally did find some time now. So here we are. I am bringing you guys deck types for my trading card game. Just a few of them. But if you guys haven't seen the video explaining about my card game in general, I will leave the link in the description below. Go ahead and click that first, and then watch through that video before you watch this one. If you guys have already seen that video, though, then just go ahead and follow along. I'm going to get right into it now. So the game, as I said before, recap it, is Revelation of Dimensions, or ROD for short. Introducing the Realms, Part 1, the Primary Elemental Realms. There will be more sections in the future. There will potentially be 3 parts, but I'm not going to do them side by side. There's other things I want to explain first, and not every single realm is going to be released right away, so do keep that in mind. The Fire Realm. The Fire Realm is a destruction-based deck. It mainly focuses on destroying your opponent's units before your units begin to attack. They also like to deal some burn damage to your opponent and increase criticals of single units to deal some very critically powerful blows to the opponent's life. So you could potentially increase one of your units' criticals to potentially like 10 and take away like a third of their life. That's what I mean by dealing single powerful blows. You take a huge chunk out of your opponent's life with single units. The Fire Realm also utilizes the Sealed Zone more often than the other realms. Now, the Sealed Zone, it's pretty much your Bind Zone in Vanguard terminology, or the Banished Pile for Yu-Gi-Oh terminology. Next we have the Water Realm. The Water Realm is one of the more aggressive decks in my game. The Water Realm focuses on resting and standing units for the cost of your abilities, and can even gain extra attacks. This realm heavily relies on having multiple units on the field. So, you need to at minimum have 2 units. One as the cost to rest or stand for your ability, and then the unit that's activating the ability that requires you to rest or stand the other selected unit. Next we have the Air Realm. The Air Realm is a mill-based deck. This deck relies on defeating your opponent by making them perform a deck out, which means making your opponent have 0 cards left in their deck. Once you hit 0 cards in your deck, game loss. They also like to bounce between the units in this realm also like to bounce between your hand and your field to allow you to reuse some of their abilities. So for example, if you have a card that says when this unit is placed or summoned, your opponent discards X amount of cards from the top of their deck. So if you use an effect to bring that back to your hand, and the card says that its effect is not limited to once per turn, then you can summon that unit again and make your opponent mill X amount of cards again. And then finally for this video, we have the Earth Realm. The Earth Realm, now bear with me guys, this one's a lot more complex than the other realms, so do try to pay attention for this. The Earth Realm is in a sense a defensive style and or grind deck. Some of the cards in this realm revolve around the keyword/mechanic called Crumble. Crumble is an ability that increases the defense/durability of your units. For example, if your unit has Crumble 3, it will take 3 attacks to destroy that unit. Units with Crumble attach cards from the top of your deck to your unit face down, equal to the number of Crumble on that card, and those cards become barriers protecting that unit. Each time a unit with Crumble would be destroyed, discard one of its attached barriers. Once a unit with Crumble has no barriers, destroy it. Some units with Crumble may have abilities that trigger after being destroyed due to their Crumble. And some units may have abilities that trigger when being sent to the dead zone as material for a Crumble unit. When a card is attached to a unit with Crumble, increases Crumble by 1. Alright, so to break it down a bit, so you summon your unit that has Crumble. You pay X amount of counters. You summon a rank 3. It has Crumble 2 or 3. We'll say it has Crumble 3. you will take 3 cards from top of your deck and place them under that unit, but you will keep those 3 cards face down without looking at them. Then, when your opponent goes to destroy that crumble unit, either by battle or card effect, you will detach one of its crumble materials. You then have the chance to activate an ability from that detached card. And then, if your opponent somehow manages to break all your barriers, your unit will then immediately be destroyed when it has 0 barriers. Now, and then there's also there are some attaching cards like Equip Cast, or I might change it to Item. I don't know. You play those, it goes right under the unit after you play it in the cast zone. So after it's played in the after it's attached, your unit will gain the effects that it states, as well as it'll gain another barrier. So say you activate this while your unit already has crumble materials, you can keep the effects of the item for the item/equip for as long as you have barriers, and then once that one's gone as well, your unit's destroyed because you're running out of barriers. So, yeah, it's a little complex if you. Oh, excuse me. I hope I explained that in deep enough detail for you guys. My best friend actually helped me come up with this, and it took the 2 of us to make this a more organized mechanic. I gotta say, I like it so far, but we haven't actually gotten to testing it, but we'll have to see how it is in the future. And closing statements and thanks. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video, and to anyone who's willing to give the game a try in the future upon release. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, don't be afraid to join the Discord server in the description below, with the link in the description below, or ask your questions on my Twitter at twitter.com/Ryozo. Or you can even just comment them down below in the comment section, your questions. If you guys would like to support the channel and the release of this trading card game of mine, then click the Patreon link in the description below, or you can make a donation through PayPal at ryozox@gmail.com. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel for some more awesome content, and stay up to date with all my videos, whether it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Or on this trading card game. And don't forget to click the bell button, because we do not have a schedule yet. And plus, it's always good to get notified once my videos drop. But before I end this video, guys, there's one last thing I want you to do. Go ahead in the comment section below, tell me which of these realms interests you the most. If you're going to build one or any of these decks, which one do you want to build the most upon release? Do you want to build the deck on the Fire Realm and focus on destroying your opponent's units? Do you want to focus on the Water Realm's aggressive attacks? Maybe you want to blow your opponent away and leave them with no cards left in their deck. Or you're just going to try to keep the game on going and build up your defenses each turn with the Earth Realm. So which of those 4 is the most interesting to you guys, and that makes you want to play the most? And that is going to be it. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will make sure to see you guys in the next one.